Lara Logan, the wartime journalist who endured a horrific ordeal in Egypt last summer when she was beaten and sexually assaulted by a mob of angry Egyptian men during the Arab Spring celebrations. She has a note for America, and that is the Taliban and other Islamic operatives are as strong as ever. She did a keynote address at Better Government Association annual luncheon last Tuesday, and she delivered what the Chicago Sun-Times called a provocative speech to 1,100 people who are in the government, politics, media, and legal corporate arenas. She said that the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and its proxies have not gone away and are re-energized and coming back in force. She said the lie that these things are being decimated is coming from the American government. I chose this subject because, one, I can't stand that there is a major lie being propagated. That lie is that the U.S. military has tamed the Taliban. There's a narrative coming out of Washington for the last 2 years, she began. It is driven by the Taliban apologists who claim they are poor, moderate, kinder, gentler Taliban. It is nonsense. She's a remarkable woman. She is a remarkable woman. She went on, she said, anybody who is saying that the threat of radical Islam is a thing of the past, you're not listening to what the people who are fighting say about this fight. In your arrogance, you think you write the script. I mean, if this isn't an indictment on Barack Obama and everybody in Washington on both sides that are not telling the truth. CBS foreign correspondent who broke the traditional journalist role by actually sharing her personal opinion with the group called for retribution for the slaying of the U.S. ambassador Chris Stevens. According to the Sun-Times, Logan hopes America will, quote, exact revenge and let the world know that the United States will not be attacked on its own soil, that its ambassadors will not be murdered, and the United States will not stand by and do nothing about it, end quote. I think Lara Logan is one of the only people telling the truth in the mainstream media on what's really happening over there. And I got to believe that she's a little pissed because she goes over and all of her colleagues are saying this is great. And quite honestly, let's be real. We had an American woman, a journalist, raped in the streets by a mob. And our journalistic system, completely broke down. Nobody said anything about it, really. I mean, there were stories here and there, but really. And you know what they used as an excuse? Well, we don't want to hurt her even more. Really? Look what you've created. Now she's out on the stump speech saying, look at the lies. Look at the lies. And notice what she said. The lies coming out of Washington in the last 2 years, not the last 4 years, last 2 years. What happened 2 years ago?
Arab Spring, right?
Arab Spring.
Yeah. Got to be what she's referring to. I mean.
And Christopher Stevens, us not doing anything. You know, they're going on the ground today to Libya. Really? Are they? Really? Now we're going to go. What do you think is left? What do you think is possibly left at that Libyan compound for us to even examine? I mean, CNN was there picking up journals from the ambassador. And there's more news. We find out there's letters, there's everything. We got everything. The president knew. The White House knew. They rejected security.